statistically one of your better performances. Like your shot was falling. How much more comfortable are you feeling on the court right now? And as like a small follow-up, it seemed like you guys found some success with you playing that small ball five. What did you think kind of threw the Pelicans off in terms of that sort of wrinkle in the lineups?
Yeah, in terms of performance, it felt good to see some shots go in, being out for 13 months, you're still getting accustomed. You were making a lot of them in practice. So I know if anybody would tell you, they're like, I thought I would come back and shoot 80% from three and like 100% from the field. So tonight was good to see a couple go down and, just continue to progress as, you get back from injury. And it felt good. And I know my teammates put me in a lot of great positions. So thankful for them for that. And in terms of the small ball 5 minutes, honestly, felt good to play them. But at the same time, we haven't had to go to them because, Musa and Ryan have been so efficient for us and so good for them this entire season. It's unnecessary. And Coach, I feel like, went to it because, we had to throw a wrinkle into a game like today, and it's a benefit to have it in our arsenal. I'm here for whatever the team needs me to do and be in, and I think that gave us a little bit of spacing, a little bit of pace, and then I know that Musa has done a phenomenal job throughout the entire season, so honestly, I haven't had to play it much, so saving my body, maybe saying a couple miles, but thankful for how tonight went, and I think the team really competed at a high level, even through a little bit of adversity, as we saw.
Grant, you guys won despite your coach trying to take out your best player. What did you see from Charles, that collision? You were on the bench right then, right?
Yeah, I said I was joking with him. I was like, "Dang, you got a hard head, coach. Like, what's going on?" But lower man wins, they say, in all situations. Melo was lower, but Charles ducked the crown of his head. So maybe Charles played safety back in the day or whatever it was, but thankfully Melo was okay, and Charles would have been crushed if he had done anything. So I'm happy to say they're both good, and you'll see hopefully a funny clip when it comes out after the game from the social media side. But it's really good to be able to have this win and have all of our players healthy.
One thing I noticed about you, Grant, when you do your pregame warm-ups is every shot you take in warm-ups is a shot that you take in the game. You don't take anything that you're not taking in the game. Can you talk us through your kind of pregame routine and knowing what type of shots you're going to take and only sticking to those?
Yeah, it's funny because even today I switched up the entire warm-up just because originally, I shot a lot of spot shoot threes, and I try to do every little action, whether it's shake up, whether it's trail, whether it's pick and pop. And then today I was like, you know what, let's switch it up because I hadn't been making shots, and I was like, let's do some live action. So I had some of our video coordinators / guys help us and do a little bit of, like you said, just work on every action that I'd be in. And I think that I can't attribute to the success, but it felt good to feel some natural motions going into it. Especially the changes over time. Like my pregame routine has changed over time. I think everybody will say like some people need a pregame to get loose and just feel comfortable going to a night, whether that's goofy stuff or to shoot from half court. And for me, my preparation comes by just the physicality and understanding what I need to go into each game, each night. So thankful that I switched it up today, and I give it a little bit of credit.
Can you talk about your relationship with Con Knipple? I know it's early, you haven't been in the lineup for that long, but his ability to keep the ball alive, whether it's the Nash dribble when he's going baseline or keeping the pivot foot alive and stepping through and finding Kalk or you in the corner, what's that kind of relationship been like with you and Con so early on?
Con's such a special basketball player. I give him the credit because there's a lot of players, they talk about like the hoopers and all these different things, but he's a guy that just, you go out there and he can play with anyone. His ability to, play with a certain cadence, his ability to play with angles, and then just, like you said, probe, keep his dribble, create windows for others, but also move himself. He's a special player, and he's going to only continue to develop as the years go on. He's a very fun player to play with for a guy like myself, especially a guy that, doesn't care to shoot that much and just wants to hit people and get guys open. So a guy like K2, he lights it up, and I'm happy to be able to hopefully form a connection with him as the years go on and continue to grow that.
Hi, Grant. Congrats on the 7-game winning streak. Do you think the winning streak like this add more pressure or more confidence to the team as you head into the next game?
I think it just shows the level of competitor you are. I was on part of a Boston team that after All-Star break, I think we won 16 or 18 in a row, and we got everyone's best shot because everyone wants to beat the streak. And for us, it's our job to really continue to compete, and as we grow as a team, to show what type of team we want to be in the future. These are the type of things we'll have to deal with, and hopefully this can be more normal. And right now it's kind of unique because I think Charlotte hasn't done it that often, but all of us just have to keep our heads down, not worry about a streak. We worry about the game that's in front of us. So the competitive edge that we'll show throughout each game, and also just getting everybody's best shot, that's what you want if you're a true basketball player and a true lover of the game.
Charles talked about it being a character game and spoke to your physical style of play, especially down the stretch. Can you speak to just how leaning into the physical style of play helped you guys come out with the win here?
Of course. Each game is going to be unique. Tonight dictated a physical, like, protect the paint, make sure that they don't get downhill type of game. And I think in the first half, first quarter, second quarter, they were doing whatever they wanted. We kind of just were a step behind on both sides of the court. And I think coming out of the halftime, we challenged each other to step up and, quote unquote, nut up and shut up. So we did a great job of, competing and then understanding that what we wanted to accomplish in the game and taking our game to the next level by playing with that physicality.
With that halftime talk, Charles noted you as one of the voices that really, becomes impactful in those moments, being one of the leaders and being someone who seems to connect well with the rest of the team. What is that kind of moment like for you when you're talking to some of the younger guys about how to work through and try to get a comeback like you guys did?
Yeah, I think that as time has gone on, especially my relationship with these guys stretches off the court and on. So I think I'm well respected in what I say, but also I can't take all the credit. Like, those guys were just as vocal. And I think that part of that comes from us encouraging one another and being there, supporting one another. And I think this team really cares about each person in the locker room. And the voice can be different every single time. But tonight was just one of those where we had to talk about exactly what we needed to do. And I was one of the voices, but a lot of other guys were too. So I think that it was a collective team effort, and as coordinated as it may be, Charles has led the way for us and really is driving us forward. So thankful for playing under him, but also thankful for the group respecting me the way they do and listening to me, because sometimes I have a lot to say, but I try my best to be short-winded nowadays.